It's 5:30 here on Truman State Campus, and welcome to TMN Television. I'm Aerin Johnson.
And I'm Will Chaney. Coming up tonight, we take a look at the recent events in Truman State athletics with Seth Wolfmeyer.
And later, stay tuned for our first segment of Question on the Quad.
These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this.
A state of emergency has been declared in Charlotte by North Carolina's governor after violence erupted during a second night of protests. The protests were in response to the police killing of Keith Lamont Scott. Scott was shot dead by Officer Brentley Vinson on Tuesday. During the protest, 9 protesters were injured, 44 people were arrested, and 1 protester remains in critical condition. 5 officers also require medical care. These protests have sparked nationwide and global responses.
The Manhattan judge Gabriel Gorenstein has refused a request by public defenders on behalf of suspect Ahmed Khan Rahami for the Manhattan bombing and pipe bomb in New Jersey. Judge Gorenstein says while an arrested person must appear before the court without delay, he argues that Rahami is currently being held under state charges. This means Rahami does not yet need to appear in court. Rahami remains in a hospital in New Jersey recovering from injuries sustained in a shootout with the police during his arrest on Monday. Public defenders believe Rahami may make his first court appearance from his hospital bed.
If you bought a personal seat license while the Rams were in St. Louis, you may be getting a refund. A district court ruling says Rams must grant season tickets to people who bought personal seat licenses while the NFL team was in St. Louis. According to the district court, the PSLs are still valid despite the team's move to Los Angeles. The Rams must also refund deposits for anyone who bought PSLs before January.
Delta Sigma Theta has rejoined campus with the help of students and the Center for Student Involvement. CSI Director Laura Bates says the sorority was a Truman organization for many years, but during the 2014 and 15 school year was issued a cease and desist order because of unfiled compliance papers with their national headquarters. Delta Sigma Theta is a sorority founded in 1913 to provide a way for women to serve their communities, primarily focusing on black women. If you are interested in learning more about the sorority, you can visit www.dstzeta.com.
Coming up next, we discuss Kirksville City purchasing new AEDs.
We'll be right back.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
City departments in Kirksville recently purchased automated external defibrillators. TMN reporter Charles Mahood has the story.
The Kirksville Fire Department recently bought 2 AEDs for their frontline trucks after Nemo Heart Health updated AEDs throughout the Kirksville community. The police department also added AEDs to their patrol cars. The AEDs cost $200 apiece and will be good for 2 years. AEDs, or automatic external defibrillators, are portable devices that diagnose and treat life-threatening cardiac arrhythmia, which leads to cardiac arrest. Kirksville Fire Chief Tom Collins says adding more AEDs can prevent many deaths in the community.
The quicker that you can shock the heart that needs shocked back into to stop the bad rhythm so it can resume a good rhythm, the more effective it is. The longer the heart is in a bad rhythm, the worse it is. So the AED being out in the communities and in our trucks to get there quickly makes a huge difference.
TMN reporters Matt Ragsdale and Charles Mahood went out on the quad to ask Truman students the important questions. Here is TMN's first question on the quad this semester.
Brad and Angelina are getting divorced. Are you just sad or completely devastated?
I don't care.
Tyler, we're doing questions on the quad for TMN TV, and I just wanted to know how you felt about Brad and Angelina, being split up. Are you just sad, a little sad, completely devastated?
It doesn't really affect me, but I mean, it's sad that their marriage is broken up, so.
Who do you felt had the better career of the two?
Oh, Brad Pitt, without a doubt.
Why? Was it because of the movie Troy?
No.
There was someone else in the quad. What's your name?
Ronnie,
Ronnie. How do you feel about your existence today?
feeling pretty great about it.
Do you ever feel like everyone else is just a figment of your imagination?
Sometimes.
Hey, how you doing? You see, the new sub renovations have started this year. What do you think of it? More chairs, less chairs?
I think there's more chairs, but I'm not really sure.
Do you think there needs to be a study on how many chairs are in the sub and how many maybe there should be necessary?
Sure, if you have the time, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, my name is Matt Ragsdale. What is your name?
Cassidy?
Hi, Cassie. I'm reporting live for questions on the quad, although technically we're on the mall. Cassie, how do you feel about my shorts?
They're a nice color. Pink's my favorite color, so.
Pink's your favorite color, so you would say these are good shorts?
Yeah, there's some nice shorts.
Awesome. Do you think there's any way I can improve these shorts?
If they were patterned, that'd be pretty cool.
Which pattern would make the shorts the best? Houndstooth, perhaps?
I don't even know what hemstooth is.
Oh, maybe a chevron pattern?
Sure, yeah.
You've heard it here first, folks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Professor Pointer, would you play badminton in the rain?
Oh man, I'd play badminton anytime, sleet, snow, any time of the year. Yeah, on this spot right now for sure. In fact, my sister and I used to wait for a school bus. We would actually do it back and forth over a bicycle. They're just waiting for the school bus. Yeah, if I needed you were going to ask to play, I would pull it out right now, but I don't have it with me.
I have some important questions to ask you. What is the best pair of pants to wear with flip-flops?
No pants.
No pants. Would underwear be included in that?
No pants.
That's all I got here.
I'm Matt Ragsdale here with the Aquano's very own Josh Brumfield. Is Brumfield?
Yeah, Brumfield.
Brumfield. Josh, I just wanted to ask you, how many things do you think you could hide in my beard?
In your beard? I don't know if there's a limit. I think if I had to estimate, upwards of 10.
Upwards of 10? Could you say that my beard is a veritable bag of holding?
I would say that.
Does anything really exist?
Probably not. It's probably all in my head.
That's a good viewpoint to have. That's all we have here today.
But explain it to me.
Here's a little fun fact. I put a pen in the wash. It was in my pocket and it exploded in the wash, so you can see I have a little bit of a stain from the pen that exploded in the wash.
Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
It really does.
All right, back with questions on the quad. You're a person, right?
I am a person, yes.
How do you feel about living today?
I feel great. We're giving out free compliments over there, and it's just been a great day,
Do you ever question your existence?
Yeah, probably sometimes, trying to see exactly, what do I want to do in life, and I think it's a good thing to question that.
Do you ever feel like everyone's just a figment of your imagination and you live a lonely existence?
No.
That's good to hear.
Do you?
All the time.
Are you okay?
No. That's all we have here today.
One last question before you go. How do you feel about
Questions on the quad.
yes?
Yes.
And you've just heard it here first, folks.
Keep a lookout for Matt and Charles on the quad every week to star on Question on the Quad.
After the break, stay tuned for the Dog Pound.
As your agent, I want to welcome you, Todd. You hungry? Todd's hungry. You like burgers? I like burgers. Of course you do. This is a classic. Double meat and cheese, grilled onions, Thousand Island.
Can I tag you?
Absolutely. Thanks for the burger.
You know I get 10% of that. It's a joke. I get 20% of that.
Woo!
They're not allowed to shout with me.
The Hardee's Classic Combo for just $4.99. Only at Hardee's.
Welcome to the Dog Pound, always brought to you by Hardee's. I'm Seth Wolfmeyer. Truman Athletics were successful last weekend, with several Bulldog teams defeating conference opponents. The Truman State football team defeated Missouri S&T in their GLVC conference opener. The Bulldogs scored in every quarter, with the final tally being 44-20. A top play for the Bulldogs was made by defensive back Ben Chaney, who had a 97-yard interception return to score a touchdown. Quarterback Jaden Barr has continued his quality performance, passing for 134 yards and rushing for 2 touchdowns. Truman running back Jordan Salima was named the GLVC Special Teams Player of the Week after returning 4 kicks for 173 yards. The Bulldogs will play Lincoln University here at home on Saturday, September 24th at 7 p.m. The Truman women's soccer team has continued their early season success, winning 2 matches last weekend against Bellarmine University and the University of Southern Indiana. The 2 victories put the Bulldogs at the top of the GLVC with a 4-0 record in conference play. Truman defeated Bellarmine 1-0 with a goal by Kelsey Murphy in overtime. Bellarmine went into the match ranked ahead of the Bulldogs at 9th, while Truman sat at 25th. After the victory, Truman bumped up to 13th nationally, while Bellarmine went down to 25th. The Bulldogs would go on to defeat Southern Indiana later that weekend, 3-0. The match brought Truman's winning streak to 5 games, while also shutting out every opponent during the streak. After the play over the weekend, Kelsey Murphy was named the GLVC Offensive Player of the Week, while Katie Mattingly was chosen as the Defensive Player of the Week. Join us next time here on the Dog Pound, where we will continue to give you the news on Bulldog sports.
Thank you for the sports update, Seth.
And that brings us to the end of our news program. Be sure to check out our exclusive web content at tmn.truman.edu.
Also make sure to check out TMN Television on YouTube and TMN's Facebook and Twitter page. From all of us at TMN Television, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.